What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2003 movie Freddy vs. Jason. This is the 8th movie in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and the 11th movie in the Friday the 13th franchise. And I've reviewed this movie a couple times when I reviewed both franchises and stuff, but I thought I'd go ahead and do one more redo review of it and stuff, and everything, since I'm revisiting these movies and stuff. I've currently been revisiting Friday the 13th, and here within the next couple weeks I'll probably start revisiting the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. In this movie, Freddy Krueger is in hell, and nobody remembers him, so he's not able to kill people anymore and stuff, and he ends up finding Jason and resurrecting him and sending him to Elm Street to try to get people to remember him. And once Jason gets to Elm Street, he goes on his killing spree and doesn't stop killing. So Freddy is trying to find a way to stop Jason from killing everybody so that he can kill people. And it ends up leading into this big battle and stuff. But I really enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's been one of my favorites ever since I was a kid. There's a lot of things about it that I love. There's quite a bit that I don't, though, and everything. This movie has a lot of mixed aspects for me and everything, but yeah, the cast in here I think are all great. I like all of the main characters. I know a lot of people can't stand the main characters and stuff, but I like most of them. To me, they're all kind of memorable and stuff. Of course, that could be because I've seen this movie a million times too, because I watched it all the time as a kid. When it first came out, I was 11 years old, and I wanted to go see it so bad in the theater, and didn't have anybody who was willing to take me, so I had to wait till DVD. I got it on DVD or rented it at the 7-Eleven, watched it, and recorded it, and onto VHS tape when I watched it, and I wore that VHS tape out. I watched this movie all the time when it first came out and everything. I just absolutely loved it, and it's been one of my favorites ever since then. And out of probably both franchises, this is the one that I probably have the most nostalgia for, but it's not my most favorite of either franchise, especially the Friday the 13th franchise, because I don't like a lot of the stuff they do with Jason in this movie. But I always enjoyed this more as a Freddy movie. As far as Freddy goes, he's awesome in this movie. That he's creepy, there's times where he's funny and everything. They really balance it out perfectly, kind of like they did with him in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and everything. Like, they balance the funny and the scary perfectly and everything. And I love what they did with Freddy, except for the fact that they don't give him hardly any kills. I think he gets to kill maybe one person in this entire movie and everything, and it really sucks and everything. And the person he did kill, I actually really felt bad for him. It's a character named Mark, who actually had a little bit of experience with Freddy when he was younger, because his brother was killed by him and stuff. I like that like the only person he kills in here, he has a little bit of a connection to, and it makes it a little bit more emotional and stuff. Although I wish it would have done more to, like, with showing Will dealing with his best friend's death and stuff, but they don't really do that in these kind of movies, so what do you expect? But I love what they did with Freddy in here. Robert Englund is once again excellent as the character and everything, and he's really great. And even though I wish they would have done something else with Freddy, made more movies with him or whatever, if this is the last movie we get of him playing Freddy, then it's an okay ending and stuff. It's a decent enough way to go out. Not quite as good as, like, say, Wes Craven's New Nightmare would have been, but this is still a good entry, and it was a fine fitting into Robert Englund as Freddy. Like I said, I would have loved to see more, but it's fine for what it is. But all of the main characters, like Laurie, played by Monica Keena, who I've always really liked her quite a bit. She's really good in the role of Laurie, and I kind of like Laurie, but in ways I don't, because a lot of the stuff she does in here, I don't like how she tries to make Jason into a hero, which I'll get more into that in a minute, but I do think she's a pretty good final girl and everything, and she's a likable character, and her boyfriend Will is really likable too, and everything. I like most of the supporting characters too, like Linderman. I think he's a pretty likable character, especially that when he tells off Kia at the rave and stuff, and he like tells her off and stuff for being all snobby and everything. I love that scene and everything. It's just like one of those things where a nerdy dude just stands up to the girl that he likes and stuff, and you can tell it takes her back, and she kind of starts liking him because of it and everything. And speaking of Kia, she's one of the most hated characters in the franchise, and I can somewhat get it. She is annoying at times, but she doesn't bother me near as bad as, well, she does a lot of people. And part of that, I think, also is I kind of like Kelly Rowland. I always have. Kind of thought she's good looking, and I don't think she's near as bad in this movie as everybody says she is and everything. I've seen worse horror movies with music artists and stuff from back then, like with Halloween Resurrection, or some of the Leprechaun movies had some rappers in it and stuff. So as far as having R&B or hip-hop stars in these movies, she doesn't bother me that bad. I think she was fine as Kia. She does have some cringy lines in here, especially towards the end of the movie. If you've seen it, you know which one I'm talking about, when she's running her mouth to Freddy and stuff. It's just really cringy the way she runs her mouth to him and everything, and kind of comparing his junk to Jason's. It's like, that was really dumb and everything, and it's really cringy, and the stuff she calls him in there, it just don't like that. But I think she's fine as a character aside from that little scene and everything. I did like the big fight between Jason and Freddy, though, like especially at the end and stuff. You get a really good fight scene and everything, and there's a little bit of humor and stuff added into it, kind of as well, like when Freddy's trying to knock the things on Jason, and this big, I don't know what it is, it's like moving around, and it bumps the side of the thing that he's on, and he falls down and everything. I love that scene. It always cracks me up and everything. And like when he says the "hey asshole up here" thing, when he's about to put those spikes through Jason and everything. Robert Englund originally wanted it to be, the line to be, "Hey mama's boy," which would have made the movie even better if he would have made that. I don't know what it is about that joke, but I think it just would have been perfect and everything. And I don't really like what they did with Jason in this movie. Like, Freddy was completely perfect and everything, and it makes sense. I mean, New Line Cinema is the one that created, or is the one that distributed all of the Freddy movies and everything, so of course they're gonna give him the better story arc and stuff like that. But a huge part of this also comes to the fact that director Ronnie Yu didn't know anything about either franchise when he made this movie and everything. And it seems like he might have done more research on Nightmare on Elm Street, or it could be that the executives at New Line knew more of what to do with the character Freddy than they did Jason. But there's a lot of things that they did with Jason that I don't like. Just to go ahead and name him off, he's slow as heck and everything, and he walks really, really slow. He's very slow moving. He is kind of dumb and everything. Like, Jason isn't the smartest character in all of the movies anyway, but he is pretty creative with his kills and smart with that, but this movie, he has a lot of really good kills and stuff, but it just, something doesn't seem right with him in this movie. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that they made him scared of water. Jason isn't scared of water. If you've seen any of the previous movies, you know he's not scared of water and everything, and it was totally against his character and stuff. I hate that. And the whole stuff with him just being scared of water, and them trying to make him out to be a hero and stuff, like Laurie and them try to make him be a hero to fight Freddy and stuff. I hate that. Like Jason isn't a hero. I mean, he's not a hero. It doesn't make any sense why they would do that with Jason. And I don't like that they also make him really wimpy and stuff too, which I get in the Nightmare World. Yeah, they had to do something to make the Nightmare World effective and stuff and everything, and to have Freddy have his advantage and stuff. And if they would have just gone with just the scene of Freddy trying to drown him, that would have made sense. But them doing the whole thing where the water is raining down on him and stuff, and he's scared, that scene just was really stupid, and it's really gets on my nerves every time I watch it and everything. I never understood why they did that and everything. And like, you see the little boy Jason shaking and stuff, all scared and everything. It just, to me, it was really dumb and didn't fit Jason's character at all and everything. And I just don't like how wimpy they made him be and everything. Like, Jason is supposed to be really awesome and everything. Like, and also I don't like that Ken Kersinger's portrayal of Jason. I don't really 100% blame him. I think he was doing what he was told to do and everything. I think if it would have had a better written script, he might have been a better Jason. But I don't like what they did with him. And I'm not the hugest fan of Kane Hodder's version of Jason. I have nothing against him, really. He's not my most favorite Jason anyway, but I have nothing against him and everything. I felt really bad for him. Like, the studio and stuff just really screwed him over on this movie and replaced him out of nowhere and everything, and he was really looking forward to doing it. And personally, I think if you're going to have Robert Englund playing Freddy, you should have the most iconic person that's played Jason play Jason and stuff. It would have just made the movie much better and everything. And they said the reason they didn't want to was because he was too bulky and stuff to go against Freddy. Is like, yeah, that's part of what Jason needs to be. He needs to be bulky and stuff. Like it gives Freddy competition. They really chickened out with the way they did that. Nah, I hate the way they did Jason in this movie and everything. It just really is annoying every time I watch it, especially nowadays. It gets on my nerves even more. But if I'm watching this movie, when I watch the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I seem to enjoy it a lot more than I do when I'm watching it with the Friday the 13th franchise. And I think it's because of the Jason portrayal. But aside from that, there are some things with Jason that I like. Like, he does get a lot, since he gets most of the kills and everything in this movie. He has some really great kills in here, especially that first kill at the beginning of the movie when he kills the guy in the bed and stuff, and you see the guy's heart go through the bed and everything. That was a really good kill. And when he kills the guy that's like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, I don't remember what his name is, but he cuts him in half when Freddy's possessed by him and stuff. That's a pretty good kill. And the rave scene is one of my favorite scenes in the entire Friday the 13th franchise, when he's walking through the cornfield and he comes across the two stoners and stuff, and they're making fun of him and stuff, and he just breaks the guy's neck and twists his head backwards and everything, and the other guy is all scared and starts running from him, and he sets him on fire and stuff, and Jason goes after him. He throws his machete and it goes through the guy. That's awesome. And then you see him go on a little rampage at the rave. It's just really cool kills and stuff. So I will say that even though I don't like a lot of stuff they did with Jason as a character and stuff, I will say he did get some really good kills in here. So that's probably the only thing about the Jason side of the story that I really loved. Were his kills and everything, and I think he looks okay. Like I don't think his look in this movie is all that great and everything. There's much better looks of Jason and stuff, but especially like part 7 and part 3, 4, and 6. I think he looks really good, awesome in those movies. But compared to say like Jason Goes to Hell and Jason Takes Manhattan, he looks definitely a lot better than those. Like the design and stuff and makeup they use on him was a lot better in this one than those. But yeah, so it's kind of a mixed aspect. But I think that this is a fun movie. It's a better Freddy movie though. This one would probably be pretty high in my Nightmare on Elm Street ranking, but and everything. But it's not going to be very high on my Friday the 13th ranking. I can guarantee that. I guess I'd say I'd give Freddy vs. Jason a 7.5 out of 10. It would get an 8. I used to give it at least an 8.5 and stuff, but the more and more I watch it, especially if I'm watching it with the Friday the 13th franchise and see how bad they butchered my boy Jason, I can't give it a real high rating anymore, or as high of a rating as I used to. But if I was judging it on a Freddy movie, I'd definitely give it an 8 out of 10 and everything. But if I were going just solely on Jason, I would give it a 5. So I'm gonna give my overall rating a little in between and give it a 7.5. Yeah, anyway, that's my review for Freddy vs. Jason. I also almost forgot to mention, it has a really awesome soundtrack. The score in the movie is really great, and I love the songs in here. They have some really great songs and stuff in here as well. So I wanted to mention that too. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Freddy vs. Jason, and hope you enjoy this movie, and have a good day, everybody.